Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today we're playing Mount and Blade Bannerlord and I'm going to be showing you the best shields in the game. And so we're going to do 10 for each category that I've created here. And the first category is going to be large shields and the second is small shields. Now it's important to note that there's no actual distinction in the game for that. I'm just separating them by actual total area that the shield covers on your body. So the large shields are going to be offering almost entire body protection across the board, sometimes a little bit less, but they're going to be very, very large and offer the most area coverage, and the small shields are going to be obviously much smaller. The advantage of the smaller shields is that they're a little bit quicker, easier to get up, so they're going to be higher on the speed index, but not universally. Sometimes the large shields are also faster. But yeah, so that is just the thing we're going to be breaking it down to. So we'll start with the large shields first. These are actually pretty easy to rank because it mostly comes down to the primary thing is how many hit points they have, and the second one being how fast they are, so how quick is it to pick that shield up and block. I use weight as a tiebreaker for if any of them match up on hit points and speed, but it's pretty easy to rank them. So let's just start with the large shields and start with number 10. And so at number 10 for large shields, we have the reinforced wicker square shield. Now, if you want to find this one, most commonly you're going to find it in the Aserai territory, but I've found it all over the map, so it's actually not very uncommon. This one is quite large. As you can see, it covers most of the player's back. The hit points on this one are 370, so a bit on the lower end, the lowest for any that we're going to be covering today out of the top 20 here, if you count 10 for large and 10 for small, but still higher than quite a few shields in the game. Speed of 82, so not slow considering its size, but it makes sense because it's made out of wicker. So this one is quite good. It offers large protection, has high hit points. It's just not incredibly durable because it's a wicker shield, but it takes the number 10 spot for large shields. Let's move on to number 9. At number 9, we've got one of my favorites. It's the decorated oval shield. This one is also quite large. It covers a good chunk of the body. Basically, when it's on your back, your whole torso and your head, and in front of you, it's just a really good one. This one can most frequently be found in Battanian territory, but I also find it in the Empire to a lesser extent. To me, that bothers me because it's one of the most Imperial-looking shields in the game, and I wish the Imperial troops would utilize it. But anyway, the decorated oval shield is still pretty dang good. Like I said, it offers great coverage. It's got 82 for speed and 410 for hit points, so it's a clear step up from the reinforced wicker shield, and that's number 9. At number 8, we have the reinforced OAKEN kite shield. This one can most frequently be found in Vlandian territory, but I've also found it in the Empire. It is a classic, well-curved kite shield. It offers decent protection. It covers most of the body from when it's on your back, about middle of your head down below your, calves. Now, obviously it tapers, so it's not total coverage, but it is pretty dang good. As far as stats on this one go, weight of 5.8, speed of 82, and hit points of 430. Really solid shield overall. I like it. It makes for a good knight or Vlandian style playthrough in any regard. At number 7, we have the Highland round shield, one of my favorite ones in the game. Now, this one is one of the smallest that I would call a quite large shield, but it still offers very good protection. It covers basically your entire torso. If you bring it up, it covers your head and most of your torso. As far as stats on this one, we have a weight of 4.7, speed of 82, and hit points of 440, so again, a step up from the last. Honestly, a really solid shield, and I also just really like the way it looks. I think it plays with most types of playthrough, especially if you want a round shield. That being said, if you want to find this one, you're going to want to look in Battanian territory, as with any Highland stuff. So that is number 7. Let's move on to number 6. At number 6, we have the reinforced large round shield. And now this one is obviously quite large. It covers more than the last one. It's a big round shield, but it offers basically full torso protection, or full head and most of the torso. This one is a Stygian shield, so if you want to find it, you look primarily up there. Otherwise, you can also sometimes find it in Battania. It has a weight of 7.3, so it is pretty heavy. Speed of 82 and hit points of 490. So once again, we're taking another 10-point step above the last shield. Then at number 5, we have the large round shield, which is again going to be another Stygian one, and it's going to offer about the same protection. It's about the same size. Covers either your entire torso or your entire head and most of your torso. Like I said, it's Stygian, so you'll find it up in the Stygian territory. It has a weight of 6.9, so it's slightly lighter than the last one. Speed of 89, hit points of 480. Really solid weapon overall, or shield overall. Excellent for that Stygian, brutish, big, heavy infantry or even cavalry playthrough. I really like it, but like I said, that one takes the number 5 spot. At number 4, we have the heavy round shield, and now this one is slightly smaller than the last two, just total area-wise, but it still offers obviously very good protection, covering your entire torso or your head and most of your torso. Stats on this one, it is significantly lighter at only 4.7 kilograms, speed of 86, and hit points of 500. So yet again, another step above those last two shields. Very solid weapon overall, one of my favorite as far as Stygian shields go, and like I said, since it's a Stygian shield, if you want to find this one, look in Stygia. And number 3, we have the Heavy Heater Shield, and now this one can be found most frequently in Vlandia, but sometimes you'll find this one in Britannia or the Empire. It's obviously a kite shield style shield, offers pretty dang good total body coverage, like your whole torso, or again your head and most of your torso. It tapers down, so it's not as much coverage as the round shields, but I think it averages out to be pretty good given its extra length. As far as stats on this one, weight of 3.3, speed of 87, and hit points of 510, so another jump in hit points. Very solid shield overall. I definitely like it, and like I said, if you want to find this one, your best place to look is Vlandia. So that's number 3. Let's move on to number 2 for the large shields. For number 2, we have another one that can most frequently be found in Vlandia, and then to a lesser extent Britannia and the Empire, the Tall Heater Shield. So this one is very similar to the last. It's a little bit skinnier, but a little bit longer. Has a weight of only 2.1, so it's actually pretty light. Speed of 85 and hit points of 540, so we have a 30-point hit point jump over the Heavy Heater Shield, making it one of the most durable and best protective large shields in this game. So yeah, like I said, number 2, the Tall Heater Shield. And of course, at number 1, you can't beat the PAVISE Shield. This one, as far as giant shields that offer protection goes, this one is the best. So you can see from where it sits, it covers almost the entire body. It's as tall as a lot of the kite shields, but wider. Not quite as wide as a round shield, obviously, but you can hide basically your entire body behind this thing, or at least all of the really vulnerable, important areas. As far as stats on this one go, also can't be beat. Has a weight of 7.0, so definitely very, very heavy. It's the second heaviest shield in the game, only behind the reinforced large round shield. It has a speed of 82 though, so it's nice and fast. You can use it pretty quick given its size, and it has hit points of 560, making it the strongest shield in the game hit point wise. So all in all, you gotta love the PAVISE shield. It works really, really well, gives you a lot of protection, covers basically your whole body, and has a crazy amount of hit points. So if you want a large heavy shield, the PAVISE shield is the way to go. So that is my top 10 for the large ones. Now we'll go through my top 10 for the small shields, the ones that are a little bit quicker, more responsive, can be used much more effectively with other one-handed weapons, but also offer really, really good protection. So let's start off with number 10 for the small shields. So for number 10, we have the Eastern Cavalry Shield, which you can see here on my back. Obviously, it's significantly smaller, but it does still offer good enough protection that I don't find it useless. If you want to find this one, the best place to look for it is going to be the Khuzait territory, but sometimes you'll also find it in the Aserai territory. As far as our stats on this, we have a weight of 2.7 kilograms, speed of 82, and hit points of 380. So higher than the reinforced wicker square shield for hit points, but obviously much smaller. So that's the Eastern Cavalry Shield, number 10. At number 9 for small shields, we have the reinforced TARGE, and now this one is going to be another one that you'll find in the Battanian territory. I quite like the way this one looks. It's one of my favorites, especially for Battanian style playthroughs. The stats on this one are 2.5 for the weight, 82 for the speed, and 380 for the hit point. So same as the Eastern Cavalry Shield, and once again better than the reinforced wicker square shield. As far as hit points are concerned, it just offers a much smaller area of coverage. But honestly, a really solid shield. Next up at number 8 for the small shields, we have the Bronze Reinforced Highland Large Shield, which you can see on my back here. So as far as coverage, that's what it covers. This one is another one that you're going to most often find in Battania, and then you'll also sometimes find it in the Empire. Personally, again, I think it looks better. I mean, it is small enough that it's not super imperial, so I guess it's fair to call this one a Battanian shield. As far as the weight or stats in general goes, for weight we have 3.5 kilograms, speed of 82, and hit points of 430. So jumping up a significant amount and making it rank competitively amongst the hit points for the larger shields. This one just obviously offers a smaller area of protection. But like I said, that is number 8. At number 7, we have our first circle shield for the, or first larger circle shield for the small ones, the Norse round shield, which would have been included on my large ones, but it was just a bit smaller than the other ones that it was competing against. So this one is on the larger side of small shields. That being said, for stats, it has a weight of 3.5, a speed of 82, and hit points of 430. So once again, nice high hit points, offers a lot of protection. This one is, it says the Norse round shield, so you'll find it most commonly in the Stygian territory. Honestly, really solid shield. I use it a lot. But that is number 7. Let's move on to number 6. At number 6, we have one of my favorite shields in the game, the Wide Heater Shield, and this one is most commonly going to be found in Vlandia, but you'll also find it in the Empire. As far as stats on this one go, we have a weight of 4.7, speed of 82, and hit points of 450, so really strong, nice fast shield, offers good protection, but is very responsive. I really like the Wide Heater Shield. It's one that I use very, very frequently. But, like I said, that is number 6. At number 5 for our small shields, we have the Decorated Eastern Shield, which again is going to be well, as the name would imply, it's a Khuzait shield. And so if you want to find this one, most frequently you'll find it in Khuzait territory for sale or by defeating Khuzait troops, but to a lesser extent you'll also find it in the Aserai territory or by defeating Aserai troops. So stats on this one are a weight of 4.7, speed of 82, and hit points of 480. So getting up there into elite tier as far as protection is concerned on shields. But that's the decorated Eastern shield, which takes the number 5 spot. At number 4 for our small shields, we have the Iron Reinforced Highland Large Shield. So again, this one is going to be a Battanian shield, so if you want it, look in the Battanian territory. It has a weight of 3.5, speed of 82, and hit points of 480. So same as our last hit points, nice and strong, obviously a pretty solid shield. And it takes the number 4 spot. At number 3, we've got another one of my favorites. This one is the Steel Round Shield. As you can see, it covers a good chunk of your torso, so it's big enough to be very useful. We have a weight of 4.0, speed of 82, hit points of 520, so amongst the highest ranking shields in the game as far as hit points, which makes sense given the fact that it's made out of steel. I quite like this one. If you want to find it, the best place to look is the Aserai territory, so either defeat Aserai armies or just check the shops in the Aserai territory, and that's your best bet of finding it easily. Otherwise, outside of that, you sometimes will find it in the Khuzait territory as well. Obviously, much less likely to find it there. Really solid shield. I like that one, but it takes the number 3 spot for our small shields. At number 2, we've got a KITE shield, which obviously is quite tall, but it's thin enough that I figured it didn't offer good enough cover to be included on the large shield list. This one is the Fortified KITE shield. It can be found most frequently in Vlandia, but also to a lesser extent in the Empire. As far as the stats on this one are concerned, we have a weight of 5.4 kilograms, speed of 82, and hit points are 530, so it makes it the 4th best shield overall as far as hit points are concerned. Great protection on this one, and it works really, really well. It's large enough to offer good protection, but also small and nimble enough to work really well with any type of weapon. So yeah, the Fortified KITE shield takes the number 2 spot for our small shields. Finally, at number 1 for our small shields, we have the Knight's KITE shield, and this one is extremely versatile. So if you want to find this one, it's going to be another one that you'll find very prominently in Vlandia and the Empire, and it works really well. It's one of the best shields in the game overall. So we have a weight of 4.7 kilograms on this one, speed of 82, hit points of 550, making it the 2nd best shield overall hit point wise, only behind the PAVISE shield. But given its lighter weight and smaller size, it's also a bit more responsive than the PAVISE shield. So overall, out of all the shields on the list, I would say the Knight's KITE shield is the best, or at least has offered me the best protection, because total body coverage is only good if you can get your shield in front of you in time to stop all those arrows flying at you, and that's not a long time to react. So overall, like I said, all 20 of these shields are obviously very, very good shields, but that is the official ranking that I've got for them. So I hope this video was useful, and if you were trying to find a better shield, that it helped you do so. But that's all for today, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.